Hello everyone and welcome to the final round of Grand Prix Vancouver 2012. Rich and Marshall in the booth with you. And we are gearing up for round 9. This is what it's all about. Let us see who we are bringing you. It is
we know that guy.
Bognes Vidugiris.
Also known as BBB.
BBB?
Yeah. He's playing against AAA.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't spot that.
Yeah. I do not recognize this man.
Yeah. Now, Gardenis is up against... I do know this.
He doesn't look very worried about it. I'd be a lot more worried than he looks right now if I was playing against Go.
I'm just having a blank about his name.
Oh, you know him, though?
I do know him. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so it looks like Godenis is off to a very quick start. He has a Moreland Inquisitor on turn 2, followed by an Emancipation Angel on turn 3. So he has 5 power, on the board already, and it's only turn 3. Now his opponent has simply made an Alchemist Apprentice here.
It's Ryan Bogner. I just had a blank.
Oh, it's Ryan Bogner. Okay.
Yeah, see, I just had a blank over his name. Sorry, Ryan.
I haven't covered him yet, so I know that name, but I don't know him.
He's constantly around the top of standings without ever quite making it to the top of the standings.
Okay.
And I guess this is a prime case in point. Here are at 6 and 2.
Yep.
We're going to make it in for yet another day 2. That kind of.
Okay. Now, are both of these players playing for day 2?
Yes.
Okay. So they're both sitting on 18 points as it stands here with 6 wins and 2 losses. The loser of this match doesn't get to come back and play in the GP tomorrow. All right. Well, this is definitely one. Well, this is okay. So it looks like Bogner has just played a tandem lookout, and he has paired them up, but he doesn't have any attacks because Go is sitting on a 3/3. Ryan knows that Go has at least 1 land in his hand. I don't think he knows any other cards beyond that. Go is carefully plotting his turn here. Go's in a situation here where he clearly wants to attack and keep his beatdown going, but he doesn't want to let things get out of control with those tandem lookouts. I mean, if he attacks and doesn't have a follow-up play, he's going to bring Ryan down to 13, but Ryan's going to draw 3 cards next turn, 2 from his creatures and 1 from his deck. And that's the kind of thing where you can start to fall behind fairly quickly.
Yeah.
To put it lightly.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like Godenis has decided, I'm just going to hit you for 3 this time. It seems pretty reasonable here. I mean, unless Go has just infinite pressure in his hand, he just really can't afford to let Ryan start drawing a bunch of cards off his deck to get back in this thing. So Go is very carefully considering what he wants to do on this turn. I see a Butcher Ghoul in his hand. That would halt the proceedings pretty nicely. He's going to play it and then just drop that. Plains. Of course it's a Plains because he does have an Emancipation Angel. And just ship the turn back. So he's pretty stable here. He's able to keep pressure up. And he's also got a nice little board state going. He is 1 land drop behind Ryan because of the Emancipation Angel, but he's cashed that in for some pretty nice pressure.
Just a little trail for what's going to be coming to your screens in a week's time. Talk about being a land behind. A certain land tax is now available in Legacy, and next weekend we'll be showcasing that at Atlanta, and that's a case where being a land behind can be very good news.
Yeah. Yeah. Land tax, it's part of I've only played with him once, and it was in the queue.
Played with that in Chandelier, the computer game.
Back in the day. Curious to see what the Brewers do. change the date on when the banning actually went in so that this GP would have it. And I saw some debate about whether that was the right move or not, but I really think it was. Like, I think it's good to give people incentive to come up with new stuff, even, and I really like it when it's on a short time frame.
Yeah, but long enough that there is time to try something.
Yeah, which
it isn't 3 days, it's 10.
Yes. We are deep in the tank. He's not attack. Okay, he's just going to go ahead and cash in his.
Yep.
And it's for a card. Play something. Scrapskin Drake, maybe? Is that a Trusted Force Mage?
I think it is, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And now he is going to attack with his 3/2. So, I guess, he's representing Joint Assault here. I'm curious to see what, like, if Go thinks he has Joint Assault, he might just want to instead throw just his Butcher Ghoul. Yeah. It looks like Go says, if you have Joint Assault, I'm okay with that. He'll trade a Joint Assault for his Moorland Inquisitor here. And if he doesn't have Joint Assault, then he just gets to take out his Tandem Lookout, which is it's the thing that's preventing Go from just freely swinging in and racing here. So. All right, so it happens. So that trade looks poor. From Ryan's end, like, would not be happy about that.
Yeah. So Gdanis Vidugiris, who will represent Lithuania at the World Magic Cup in Indianapolis later this summer. August the 15th to 17th, I do believe. Somewhere around then.
You see an Angel's Tomb come down on Gdanis' side. So if he can keep casting creatures or having creatures enter the battlefield, if he Bone Splinters something with his Butcher Ghoul, he gets an activation there too. On his Tomb, he can start. He can kill Ryan in 2 turns. 6+6. And that has been changed dramatically because now Ryan plays a Gryff Vanguard, draws a card, pairs it up.
Yes.
And it still just trades for either one of Gdanis' 3/3 flyers, but that's going to do a lot of work to make this game go longer for Ryan. And at this point, it seems like Ryan would be pretty interested in having this game go a little longer because it's definitely under some pressure.
We talked quite a lot about how the blue decks have the way to interact with the opposing deck and just heal from reality or Misgraven or into the void to change the board state.
Yeah.
It's interesting that the pressure in this game is coming from a deck that is black-white and that therefore doesn't have access to the mountain. Equally, doesn't have access to a ton of instant speed removal because we know that there's not a lot of that around.
Yeah.
And so the way to kind of further pressure is a different avenue. I think it's actually along a different axis, I think you would say.
See a Seraph of Dawn here.
Yeah.
Activate this, attack with both.
So it's along a more traditional line of, well, I've got a flyer, and now I've got 2, and now here's a third, which is going to trigger the second one again with the Angels too.
Good old-fashioned beatdowns here. Applying enough pressure to force either trades or a bunch of damage come through, and Ryan's going to make the block here, but sometimes people make mistakes.
Okay, now why do you kill the Angel's Tomb, which is sometimes blocked, as opposed to taking out the Angel?
So there's a couple of reasons. I would default to killing the Angel because of what you said. Like, if you get lucky and Go just doesn't have creatures. Yes. Also, the Angel's Tomb essentially can't block. There's a few corner cases where you can activate it on your turn, but it's very difficult.
Okay.
So what I would think is that Ryan has some type of a sorcery speed removal that he wants to use.
Okay.
I don't actually know what it could be, to be honest. Maybe it's a Mistraven or... Oh, okay, so he's getting into the
big guys back.
Right, and he wouldn't be able to do that because the Angel's Tomb is just an artifact. It is not a creature unless it's been activated.
Yeah.
So he was setting up that play. And again, it was because he had to have a sorcery of some sort
And also,
that he had
the
in
last
mind.
thing you want to do is send two flyers back to hand, leaving an Angel's Tomb there waiting to go activate, heat for three.
Very good point.
The last of 9 rounds. One of these two will be back to try it again tomorrow in draft. One of them will be done. So many good players in this situation, needing a win in the last chance.
So Dennis is just going to say go. So what does Ryan have that he can slam down to turn the momentum fully back into the other direction? Well, right now, he's got 5 power. Good Dennis takes it. He just says go, so that's pretty suspicious. He's got at least 2 cards in his hand. Good Dennis kind of has a little flair there with his draw. Must have something sweet in his deck, you know, an entreat or something.
So attack, and now we find out whether there's anything coming, and it looks like there isn't. Ryan reaches for the pen, and this is not the pen trick, this is the write down the score trick.
Yeah, so he goes to 5 here. I guess we're just going to see Seraph here, and we do. You know, we're going to see a Bone Splitters or something?
Would be pretty useful here.
True.
But looks like that's just come back down perfectly acceptably.
He says go.
And there was just nothing from Ryan. He's drawn another land. Land's number 8.
And this is looking quite good here since Ryan played nothing on his turn last turn and nothing on Godennis' turn last turn. It's hard to imagine that he has a whole lot of gas here. Yeah. Godennis has lethal in the air. He can swing for 5.
Yeah, let's go again. Ryan passes.
And Godennis says attack you. So it looks like
now,
a peel.
What have we got? Yeah.
Peel this, peel that.
Go say sure.
Definitely see a Bone Splinters
yes.
in goes. I wonder if you just Bone Splinters here to be sure. You know what I mean? Oh, well, he played a.
Yeah,
played
that was the
I believe
Essence Harvest.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a Corpse Traders. I think you might be right because I don't really see why Ryan would scoop to us.
No, that was just a straight Essence Harvest.
Oh, yeah.
You lose X life, I gain. Never mind the me gaining life. How about the you losing life put you to death?
Usually play that card.
Nope, not many people do.
I mean, he was Essence Harvesting for 3 there. I mean, it did work, but I'm not a big fan of the Essence Harvest.
The things that I mean, in terms of efficiency, let's say that 3 is the number you get from that.
Okay.
A 3-point drain life for 3.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds pretty reasonable.
No,
as a
that's
thing.
For a whole card. That's a tough sell. Like attach that onto a 1/1, and I'm on good. You know what I mean? Like give me something. Have it cycle. Okay, I'm getting greedy.
Oh my god, you're...
Look, they gave me a Mist Raven. Anything's possible.
Yeah, there isn't a card in Magic that good players wouldn't like to have cycling added to it
I know.
in some way.
Just make it a cantrip. Yeah, fair enough.
We talked earlier about going through the history of Magic, and I got to Fluctuator. Do you remember?
Don't know.
Okay.
What's that? Is it?
So, Fluctuator, I haven't got it in front of me now.
Okay, something that I don't know.
It comes from Urza's Saga.
Oh, it does.
And it got banned because Fluctuator reduced cycling costs. Cycling abilities you activate cost you up to 2 less to activate. Well, you know how most things cycle for 2?
Yeah.
That meant you could play a Fluctuator and then just cycle through your entire deck
For free?
For free until you got to what you wanted. And Fluctuator was one of those decks. When I say it was insta-banned, it existed for a weekend.
Whoa.
There was a weekend in which people turned up with Fluctuator decks and went, yeah.
That was also the last weekend that anybody showed up for the.
But those were the days where they didn't have like quarterly banned and restricted meetings. They met at 5:15 in the secret bunker on every Monday morning.
Yes.
To pour over the results
the DCI.
from the weekend.
They lit candles and stood in a room together and talked about banning.
In hushed tones about the magma mine on its side. You aware of that one?
I'm looking that up.
Yeah, the magma mine on its side was a philosophical suggestion, right? So basically what happened was that there was a combo there that I think it was in France. I'm pretty sure it was in France. That a group of people came up with.
Okay.
And they went to a tournament on the Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And they went to the head judge in secret as well. They said, we need to talk to you.
Okay.
So they went to a back room. They said, we want to show you our deck in action. This is how it works.
Okay.
And it was this incredibly complicated combo deck that relied on the idea that at the end of an end step, there has to be a window, which if you were like filming it, at which cards would be neither tapped nor untapped, but would essentially be on their side in the process of becoming untapped at the start of the playtime. And the idea was that Magma Mine was on its side, on its edge, literally. It was like it wasn't there at all, but you were holding it and doing stuff. And basically, there was a way to just put a bajillion counters on it. It was using Wall of Roots, our Richard Miller says, so it was no one's turn. So you could do it any number of times with Wall of Roots with the counters.
This is disgusting. This sounds like a con.
Yeah. This was. The thing was, so it was essentially about an in-between turns step, right? And the head judge said, okay. So, of course, they all won every round. Yeah. And then it got banned on the money.
Yeah. So it looks like Ryan had to mulligan down to 6, but he's let off with a Nephalia Smuggler, which he instantly sends into the red zone. He fears no Righteous Blow. And
Moorland.
Another Moorland Inquisitor. Yeah. Uh-oh.
And when I say Moorland, it was Dennis who had Moorland Inquisitor, but Ryan did not have Moorland.
That is true. He's missed his third land drop.
And being on Angels too.
Now the Angels
too. This is where that's a really good card.
See, this is the window where it's quite nice. Yeah. We're gonna Spectral Prison the Moorland Inquisitor and just get in for 1. It looks like he's
pass again, which is 2 lands.
In desperation mode already here. Godennis is up a game already as well. Play a Seraph? No. Play a Corpse Traders, activate, attack you for 3. This game is going to go very quickly if Godennis has a few more creatures in his hand. Attack you for 1. So he's representing Joint Assault here.
Go, surely just takes it.
And you just take it. Like it's tempting to not, but you just take it. He's going to block.
And there is Joint Assault.
Yeah, I don't know what the reasoning is there.
Yeah.
I mean, the good news is that if Ryan did draw a 2-drop, now he can't play it. But I don't like the 1 damage is inconsequential. Plays a 3-drop. It's going to be a Moonlight Guys. And he went ahead and ran out his Butcher Bull. He must have more creatures in his hand.
Sure.
Because you wouldn't do that just to get 1 extra damage.
3 land pass. There's no Warrior Adventure available because it's the wrong way around. Over 1 forest, 2 island.
And this is going to be a Seraph of Dawn. Nope, it's not. It's a Ashmouth, the Demon Lord of Ashmouth.
Yeah.
Because why not put 5 more flying power on the battlefield?
Yeah, we're so dead here.
This is... There are not cards left. I mean, I guess Go did also turn off Peel from reality with his play, but... Miss Raven helps a little. Ryan is
very,
at 6.
very little.
I mean, he bounces to Ashna.
Yeah.
You know, and then he can't really replay it
Sure.
without being, if he wants to attack next turn. And, I mean, well,
there it is.
Okay. I mean, it's a start. Like, if he is going to come back, which is a low percentage thing here for sure, but if he's going to, that's probably where you want to be.
Wait, if Ryan Bognes alive for one more turn, you're going to start getting excited.
That
Ryan Bognes, he's going to come back.
Yeah.
You watch him come back.
I mean,
no.
I might.
Deader than dead from dead. Last year's Mr. Dead.
I don't know. Anybody that has a Miss Raven on the table has a shot in them.
Yeah, I know. I worry about it.
Hey, look.
It's a Demon Lord of Ashman.
Lord of Ashman. Sacrifice Butcher Ghoul, so that guy's not going to get to attack this turn.
Angel's Tomb is though.
Yep, and he's going to be able to trade with the Moonlight Geist if he wants. Ooh, he's got to be careful. You know, you can't hear what they're saying or anything, but you go to pick up your guy like they're going to attack, and that can be interpreted sometimes as, oh, then my attack's that good, in which case you missed your trigger on the Angel, but not in this case.
So Ryan's looking, is he going to take 3? Trade off. Be at 3. Or he can take 5 and go to 1. In order to somehow have his Miss Raven back with Demon Lord next turn, which...
He's shaking his head, yeah. That is not the look of a player who is about to win a game.
Indeed it is not.
No. I've played enough games long enough to know about this. Play a land. Does he have a follow play too? No. Okay. Well,
so
even then, no. Into the Void.
The last turn, I believe.
Into the Void keeps him alive. It does not keep him alive. Because he can only do the Demon Lord and the Ghoul, and then
replay.
And then replay, activate, get you.
Yeah. It's Great Vanguard. Draw a card.
Well, this does at least force Go to have a creature to kill him this turn. Show me a creature, you're dead, and he's... Okay. So,
good game.
Right again, playing the numbers.
Shocker.
Yep, really. And Go very calmly signs his slip.
Such a romantic. And yet there am I going, no, he's dead. He's going to die. Conley Woods,